Good morning, Rayfield. This is our Thursday morning prayer. Remember, every day God takes you by the hand and says, no matter how hard or difficult the path you tread, I will always be there with you. I will never leave your side. Good morning, Rayfield. It is Thursday morning. Let's get our Thankful Thursday started. All right, guys, good morning. It is Thursday, week 2. We're marching to perfection at Rayfield. Good Thursday morning. It's a thankful Thursday. We're going to continue our lesson on intellectual self-care. Yesterday, I introduced you to an acronym called SMART, and I told you that we were going to be working on SMART goals. So let's get started talking about our SMART goal. To set yourself up for success when learning something new, it's best to set SMART goals. And remember, I gave you the acronym SMART, and I told you that it, of course, is spelled S-M-A-R-T, but the acronym stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound goals. Let's take a closer look at what it means and how it can help us set useful goals. Okay? Specific. And I'm going to move away so that you guys can see the chart. A specific goal states exactly what you are aiming to accomplish. Okay, so that's the S for SMART in SMART. M, measurable. A measurable goal says how you will accomplish what you want to accomplish. A stands for achievable. An achievable goal is one that you can actually accomplish in a set period of time. It takes into account how long it takes to achieve the goal and how much time you have to put into working toward that goal. R, relevant, related to the goal. A relevant goal is one that meets your specific needs in a given domain, in this case, intellectual self-care. And T, time-bound. A time-bound goal has clear beginning and ending. It provides a deadline of when you expect to achieve your goal. Let's look at an example. Say that I want to learn Italian, and many of us are learning Spanish at Rayfield with Mr. Frank. A smart way to phrase this goal might be, my goal is to download the Babbel app and practice Italian for 10 minutes 3 times a week for the next month. This goal is very specific. because I spell out exactly what I want to do and how long it's going to take me to do it. And by saying that I will practice 10 minutes 3 times a week, the goal is measurable. It is relevant to my overall goal of nurturing my intellectual self-care. Finally, the goal is time-bound because I said that I was going to do it for 1 month. All right, so remember our notebooks. So take your notebook out and practice writing a SMART goal for your learning skill or discovering more about a specific topic that you enjoy. And remember, we talked about the fact that you are going to be specific about what you want to learn. Remember that word that I'm always using, person-centered. What you like may not be what I like or what someone else likes, but something that you like. It's person-centered. So let's continue talking about intellectual self-care. The word grow. When we nourish our intellectual self-care by learning a new skill or trying something that doesn't come easy to us, or even acquiring new knowledge by engaging in a new activity, we're bound to make mistakes. Everything is not going to go perfect. As adults, this is the early stage of a learning process, and it can be challenging, even sometimes embarrassing, because we're accustomed to mostly doing things that we have mastered. Essentially, when we learn something new, we have to take into account that we're going to stumble, that we're going to have some challenges. And that doesn't mean that it's not going to work out, but it just means that we're having our learning challenges. This sometimes can be difficult because we like to feel competent all the time. Another challenge is persistence. When we try something for the first time and we aren't good at it, sometimes we just throw in the towel. And we shouldn't do that. We should be consistent and continue trying. And then when we continue, we're not going to lose the battle because we are continuing. If I give you an example from my own life, I learned how to swim at age 33. So let me tell you, the first lesson was rough. I started off with an instructor. It was a pool that I didn't like. It was a time in my life where I really didn't want to learn how to swim, but it was challenging and something that I needed to do. So even though it was uncomfortable, I kept trying until I achieved my goal. I tried twice to go to another venue that I would like more. However, that didn't work out. So feeling embarrassed and defeated, I went back to my old pool and with my old instructor, and I began to be successful. I began to have confidence in myself when I was persistent in achieving my goal. It all ended up after 15 lessons. I had a great time, and now I can do as many recreational type activities that I want related to water and swimming because I achieved my goal. So let's begin by saying a beginner's mind. When we start to do a goal or we start to work on a goal, you're a beginner, okay? And this is a phrase that's used to describe your state of mind when you begin a new goal. It is the idea that no matter how many times you have to participate in an activity, you're going to continue until you are successful. When you're doing something that you're not used to doing for the first time, you have all these judgments and all these expectations and all of these predictions that I might not get it right. So you have to approach it from a positive perspective and say that I am going to get it right no matter how long it takes to get right. So that's a way of achieving a SMART goal. So let's think about it again. SMART goal. S, specific. M, measurable. A, achievable. R, relevant. And T, time bound. You have to put a time on it so that you'll know whether or not you have achieved this goal in the amount of time that you wanted to do it. So remember, guys, this week we've spent the whole week on the life of our mind, our intellectual self-care. We started with stimulating our mind, expanding our knowledge, widening our perspective, and deepening our creativity, and then exercising our curiosity. We are going to go tomorrow and finish off our chapter of our intellectual self-care and talk about some of those things that we talked about all week long. Remember, we talked in the beginning about the function of our brain and stimulating our brain and exercising our activities of the brain, just like we do our body, because it is important for us to exercise the brain and make creative activities for the brain so that we continue growing. Then we went on to learning things that we want to learn, person-centered. Remember, I always need you to remember person-centered, because somebody else likes something. It might not be what you like, so it's unique to the person. And now at the end of this chapter, we are talking about our intellectual self-care and challenging ourselves mentally. So tomorrow, we're going to go over our chapter highlights, and we're going to continue learning about our intellectual self-care and all those things that are important for us to stimulate our mind. We're also going to talk about therapy and how it is important to sometimes talk to other people about some of the things that are going on in our lives, just to help us bounce ideas off of others and see how we're doing and how we can do things better. It is a thankful, thoughtful Thursday at Rayfield. We are having a wonderful month. This is the second week in March. Our theme is Marching to Perfection, and we are having a great day. Today is Thursday, so we have our physical education class with Coach Al and Miss Shanley. So guys, it is a thankful Thursday. We are Rayfield Strong. Let's have a great day.